Yep, still in Florida at Disney World. Check out this rental car that they gave me. I always book the economy car. They almost never have economy cars. This time they gave me a huge pickup truck. Good thing I don't have to do a lot of driving here at Walt Disney World. Now, as you can probably tell from the voice, I'm still not feeling 100%, but we're here, we're at Walt Disney World, and darn it, that means we're gonna have some adventures. Ooh, fancy. All right, time to catch a monorail, and we'll do that upstairs here at the Grand Floridian. The urban legend is this is where Princess Diana always used to stay when she came, which makes me want to stay here sometime, because what's good enough for Princess Diana is probably good enough for me. Okay. Time to hitch a ride. The monorail is always my favorite method of transportation. Hey, what happened to the Magic Kingdom sign that used to be right here? Well, I guess it's not like you're gonna get confused as to where you are, right? Oh, I love that they have this. I always try to use it, even if sometimes this line ends up being longer. It's just the principle of the thing. Also, the logo looks so cool. Oh, the Magic Kingdom is very much my happy place, even with kind of a lost voice. Even after accidentally sharpening the end of my finger, just being in here puts me in such a great mood. Hey, look! What the heck? It's Honest John and Gideon from Pinocchio! Dude, you never see them out here. Yesterday was Robin Hood and Little John, and now this? Call me crazy, but rare characters in the hub is a cool idea. Alright, I cannot let myself get distracted by the beautiful celebrities. I'm still recovering from illness, so I'm not sure how long I'm gonna last. And yesterday, I didn't even make it all the way around the entire park. And I am determined that today is going to be different. So first things first, we're headed into the great big beautiful tomorrow of Tomorrowland. I've been reading a lot about the history of this Tomorrowland, especially its 1994 renovation as New Tomorrowland, which is most of what we are still seeing here today. All the attractions here on the Avenue of the Planets have completely changed, but a lot is still left over from the old concept of the community of tomorrow. The more and more I look at Tomorrowland 94, actually, the more I realize how much influence they took from Discoveryland at Disneyland Paris. I mean, there's very much that Art Deco meets industrial futuristic 90s look. Like, for example, all the fonts up there. I mean, that sign right there looks like something from a 90s music video a little bit. But the more I'm really looking, the more I see the whole steampunk influence. Pretty cool that they still have a lot of the crazy technological features of the 90s here as well. Hopefully, instead of getting rid of these, they kind of restore them or do something else with them, you know? It'd be cool. It'd be nice if they could get the old Robo News guy to start talking again. Man, he looks like he feels worse than I do. Yeah, dude. Very 90s. It reminds me a lot of that show Reboot. Anyone remember Reboot? Remember? Oh, and speaking of Reboot, look at what's closed down at the moment. The old Tomorrowland Speedway is temporarily no more. All the cars are still right there, and everything out front still looks totally normal. Like, it looks like you could just start your engines and fire up the speedway right now. But actually, the whole back half of the track is all torn up to be rerouted to make room for the entrance to the new TRON ride they're building. We'll see more of that later from the Peoplemover. Hey, wait a minute. What's that sound? It couldn't be. It is. Look, it's Sunny Eclipse. I heard he was being refurbished. The other day I walked by, my mess was all boarded up and Sunny was just sitting there doing nothing. Well, I guess they must have finished painting or whatever they did. Look at this. He's already back the next day and he's ready to rock. Oh, yeah. Oh, Allie will be so happy. I hope they never get rid of Sunny Eclipse, but I do hope someday they add a few songs to his repertoire. Well, it seems like Sunny didn't get a very long break, but at least he actually got to have one. I mean, he's basically been doing a set every 30 minutes since 94, 95, so even if he was only doing it for 8 hours a day, that'd be 16 sets a day. So what is that, times 365? Just that low estimate is almost 150,000 shows he would have done. Woohoo! I mean, I could be wrong. I'm bad at numbers even with the calculator. But any way you slice it, that's a lot of singing. He's got stronger pipes than I do, apparently. And speaking of weak pipes, I've got a challenge ahead of me. Because whatever I ride today, I've got to make sure I do it without screaming. Which is tough, because screaming is half the fun, right? Well, screaming or not, long fast pass line or not, we've got a date with the stars.
All times. And remember,
This is weird. Outside I said the line was really long, but inside there's no one. But the ride has been breaking down on and off all day, so you never know. This is eerie. Hopefully it's running when I get up there. Yeah, what the heck? Weird. Extraterrestrial weird. Whoa. Yes. Space Mountain. Oh wait, we're supposed to be quiet.
Keep your hands up and hand over the vehicle and remain seated while it moves. safety. Remain seated with arms inside.
Oh, what fun. Ooh, now that's a fun pic. See, me and my finger are having quite a time together. That's a keeper. Oh, nice. They finally fixed the exit to this ride. It goes out the right direction again, but look, no more speed ramp. Oh, man, that's crazy. No more moving sidewalk. Sad. It's weird because it's also much more well lit. You know, this whole walkway, so it just has a much different vibe walking through here than riding on the Jetson style conveyor belt, you know? It's weird. But it is cool that it gives you a lot more time to look at these dioramas in here. I've always wanted to pet that robot dog. Ooh. Fancy. Oh, this is the best one of all. The futuristic living room, complete with cocktail serving robots. This is probably how people in the Mad Men days thought we'd be living by now. Just chilling in our moon city, drinking blue cocktails, robots to serve us. Someday I want to get a Roomba, just so I can say I have a robot serving. At this rate though, the only robot I'm probably gonna get is a robot finger. Ooh, this one's my favorite. I just want that in my house. This is so bizarre. Instead of the old ramp up, there's a whole new room with this switchback area. This is totally surreal. Standing inside a Space Mountain in a completely new room with completely new light fixtures? Weird. At least they kept the old wall theme. This is so freaking strange. Where am I? Wherever we are, I want one of those lamps. Whoa, this is so strange. Yeah, I wonder if they'll ever redo Space Mountain completely this way someday. You know, with cool new creepy doorways and the art of the future, I guess. Wow, this is so weird. All this new stuff, and then you just pop out in the same old place you always did. Well, almost. You used to pop out over here. Where now? There's nothing. Nothing. Weird. Woo, all right. Well, I managed not to make too much noise, and I still have some voice left, so I'm going to consider that a success. Ooh, look back here. You can see where the speedway abruptly ends back there, and all this will soon be the entrance to TRON. I'm honestly not sure how many people actually care about TRON, especially Disney Park fans, but everyone always says the Shanghai version is fantastic. So, as long as it's fun, does it really matter? All right, I really want to ride the Peoplemover, but I have now reached that critical juncture where I am starving. So I think it's time that we head on out of Tomorrowland, at least for a little bit, and head out away from the future, past the epic and gargantuan Cinderella's castle, and head back to America's past via good old-fashioned Liberty Square. Yes, I was just over here in Liberty Square yesterday, but let's face it, there's no such thing as too much freedom. Unless you're a convict, heck bent on revenge, or some kind of madman like Don Draper. See, that's a little Mad Men joke there. Alright, well, it looks like once again I have managed to stride over here during parade time. Well, hopefully that just means that my chosen restaurant will be less crowded. Just avoid the brown streak over here in the middle of the road. That was literally put here by the Imagineers to represent the river of filth that used to run through the streets in the colonial era from everybody throwing their garbage and their chamber pots, etc. out the window. Can't even imagine how that would have smelled. Woo. That's scarier than the Haunted Mansion. Anyway, we're gonna head over here to the Harbor House. Because I need some nautical nonsense and some chicken. Look at this, like the boat at Disneyland, this place is all themed around the Columbia Rediviva, the first American ship to sail around the world. Which is funny, because when I think of old ships like that, I think of the British Navy. You know, all right, we're gonna sail around the world. Ooh, da lolly. Treat yourself time. I deserve this. I probably also deserve this. So, you know, balance. Saying they're still using the new school gluten-free chicken nuggets. If you want the old school ones, you gotta go to the Polynesian. Captain Cook still has them. These ones are still good though, or were still good. Alrighty, well, not too sure how long my voice is actually gonna last today. This is one of those days where if I was at home, I definitely would have stayed in bed. But I'm in Florida at Disney World. And even though I'll be back here again in 1 week, I don't want to waste a day laying in bed. So let's see what else we can squeeze into our day today. Shouldn't be too hard to find something to do in Fantasyland. Actually, speaking of Fantasyland and changes and things they're working on, I noticed yesterday that Peter Pan's flight is also undergoing a little bit of refurbishment. It's always the way at Disney. As soon as the holiday season is over, the refurbishment season starts. And it looks like at the moment, all flights to Neverland are delayed. Hey, I never noticed this before, that the eye in Peter Pan's flight, the one that Tinkerbell's touching with her wand, is actually a little mirror, just to give it a little extra razzle-dazzle. That's cool. cool. Whoa, can you tell the parade just ended? It's like that scene from The Lion King. Let's get out of here before we're trampled. Ooh, my voice is all over the place, like the sunlight out here. All right, well, I'm gonna try to squeeze myself on at least a couple more rides, or I have to completely give up. I just gotta keep my voice down, I guess. All right, well, to escape the crowd, I'm gonna go a direction I don't normally go in. Back in the newer Fantasyland areas. I definitely don't want to meet Belle while I have no voice, and I don't have a reservation to eat with the beast, but I do have a fast pass to go under the sea. Unfortunately, the human world is a mess, and even though I just got the fast pass for this ride in the app, it looks like they've actually just shut it down. So, what are you gonna do? Wait a minute, they fixed it! Oh, thank goodness. Even though they have this ride back home in California, the outside is so different, it always feels like a completely separate attraction, even though, as you will see, it is virtually identical to its California cousin. All right, let's get in there before Ursula steals what's left of my voice, too. Ooh, fancy. I've only ridden this a few times. Well, at Disney World anyway. So I always forget what it looks like in here. Oh no, it stopped again. What is happening today? Oh, they got it moving. They got it moving. Woo! That was a close one. Oh, when's it my turn? I think it's right now. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, wow. Now you and me can finally be under the sea.
Wait, I got an idea. I'll start at the beginning.
We're under the sea. And look, a mermaid. Oh, wow. So crazy. I'm always looking for Sebastian. He's always popping up somewhere different in there. Pretty cool how they do that. That's the first movie I ever saw in the movie theater. Was the original release of The Little Mermaid. A little trivia for you. So always a very sentimental movie for me. As a matter of fact, you hear Sebastian's song in here. I actually had one of those little cassette tape storybooks with this song on it. Probably the first song I ever had that I listened to over and over and over. Under the sea, they're off the hook. Ooh, here she comes, Ariel. Now you tell me, do you think this animatronic here is super amazing and realistic looking, or too realistic looking and a little creepy? I can never decide.
And Ursula's powers are greater even than Triton.
Uh-oh. Going to everyone's mother-in-law's house. Ooh. I don't have any voice to steal, so I'm okay. Man, look at, speaking of realistic looking.
What's this?
Ah!
You've come to a stop. Maybe it's that sea witch.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Stay seated in your clamshell while I get to the bottom of this.
She's looking right at us. Ooh. Ooh. Witchcraft. Oh, we're moving. Oh, look, it's everybody's father-in-law. Oh, what's happening next? I forgot where we were in the story. Oh, yeah. Up. Kissing part. Ooh, Sebastian. Such a romantic singer. Ooh, yeah, this is always the weird part, though. Look at, all of a sudden, Ursula's dead. They are smooching. We're not quite sure what's going on, and then a wedding. I've always been confused, sort of at the ending of this ride. It's like, wait, what happened? Oh, well, as long as everybody's happy. Hey, Triton, put a shirt on, buddy, all right? All right, see you later, dude.
But anyway, that's the story of our Little Mermaid.
Okay, I think my voice is done for. Like I said, normally I'd be worried about it, but this trip I know I'll be back in a week anyway. I should probably go back and lay down for a while. I mean, after all, I do have one more day before I have to fly home anyway. But there's just one more thing I absolutely have to do. It's my duty, and I have to do my duty or I can't sleep well. I've still got to ride the best ride in the Magic Kingdom, and spoiler alert, it's not this one. Nope, no matter how crowded it is, no matter how long the lines are today, it just wouldn't even feel like I actually came to Disney World without taking a spin on the best ride there is, the Peoplemover. I love the Peoplemover. I actually have a patent picture of the original Peoplemover vehicle on my wall in the hallway in my house, which was given to me by my friend Bob, who designed the original Peoplemover vehicle. I always think it's really cool that a guy who's 51 years older than me and designed my favorite childhood ride ended up becoming a friend of mine. When I was a kid, I never thought about who designed this stuff or how, but once you meet Bob Gurr, you start noticing how things like a continuously moving loading ramp and vehicles with automatic closing doors really are ingenious. It helps you not take it for granted, you know? All right, finally, a ride on the Peoplemover. All is right with the world.
The Peoplemover is the perfect vehicle for people watching.
I mean, seriously, it doesn't get much cooler than this. This is awesome. Wow, look at that view, huh? Ooh, into the tunnel. Time to see Progress City.
And now, Tomorrowland Transit Authority proudly presents Progress City, Walt Disney's dream for an experimental prototype community of tomorrow. Progress City was the inspiration for Epcot, and many of its forward-thinking ideas have been realized throughout Walt Disney World.
That's a 1960s atmosphere for you. And then here's a little 1994 new Tomorrowland remodel. So, 90s, huh? Hey, it's Mickey. I know him. All right, okay, keep your eyes peeled now because we're getting close to the Speedway and that TRON construction. And from up here, you can really see how the Speedway track just dead ends where they're going to reroute it right there. And they're gonna have to build a whole new track because right down that way where that tractor is, that's going to be the path to the new TRON ride building, I believe. That is pretty darn cool. Okay, here comes, past the tree. Yeah, see, I'm not normally too obsessed with construction, but when they let you look at it, why not? All right, into the darkness now. Wait a minute, or not. This is super weird. We are going inside of Space Mountain, but the lights are on inside. Ooh, it broke down. It's been having trouble for the past few days. Oh, weird. Normally, it's totally pitch black in here. You get a totally dark, creepy experience of kind of floating through in slow motion on the Peoplemover. You can't really see what's going on, so this is totally weird. Oh, wow. Now, I've been in this building with the lights on before, so this isn't anything I haven't seen before. Plenty of people have filmed in Space Mountain with the lights on. Some people have even been lucky enough to ride it when they offer you the chance to ride Space Mountain with the lights on. So like I said, I'm not showing you anything secret here really, but it is a pretty rare sight, huh? Look at that. Oh, they're up there working on it, working to reopen the spaceport. I can actually see people stuck up there. Oh man, that would be so cool to walk out of Space Mountain, wouldn't it? I've actually done that before. I had to walk along that track, and it is scary if you're afraid of heights, but it's just so cool to be in there. Well, there you go. That's a treat. That just goes to show you never know what you're gonna see from the Peoplemover. This is the cool part where you want to give people high fives, but then you remember that you cut the tip of your finger off, and you probably shouldn't do that. High fives would definitely be a poor choice today. Ah, yeah, that's a bummer. Space Mountain's gonna be closed for a while. Ooh, look at that Joffrey's coffee stand. Whenever I see the word Joffrey now, I just think of Game of Thrones Joffrey. So I always think, why did they let him have a coffee shop here? Oh man, it's beautiful. Gorgeous weather outside. Not hot, not humid, not cold like it was yesterday. It's just nice, balmy. Oh, it's beautiful. When we go to our last tunnel, we get that perfect view of the futuristic, or 90s futuristic, salon, whole Community of Tomorrow theme, and the bird's eye view of the Buzz Lightyear ride. It's pretty cool. See, there we go. Here's one of the dark and creepy tunnels I was expecting. And then last but not least, one more beautiful view out of the central hub of the Magic Kingdom. I mean, how beautiful is that? It's amazing. Oh, I never wanted to end. This is so nice. Somewhere to sit, rest your legs. There's nothing in the world like a solo ride on the Peoplemover. All right, gang. For once in my life, I think I've got to stop talking. I know that cuts us a little short today. This is still only the third day I've been out of bed from 2 weeks down with the flu, and only the second day since I cut this finger. And hopefully, since it's the first day of losing my voice, I won't lose it all the way if I quit while I'm ahead. As ever, thank you guys so much for coming with me today and hanging out with me. Don't forget, this was just a spur of the moment couple of days in Magic Kingdom before I fly home to California and then fly back to Disney World again for some more adventures. So there's a lot more fun ahead of us. Plus, I'm hoping actually the next time I see you guys, maybe tomorrow or the next day, before I go to California and then come back again, I'm told we might get to see something that almost nobody gets to see out here at Disney World. So, I'm gonna go lie down and try to regain my strength so we don't miss out on an opportunity. I know today's adventure was kind of random, but what do you expect here in Random Land? All right, now the shadows are getting long, the sun is going down, and we've done our duty. We can go home and sleep well. castle's pretty good. But I gotta admit, this castle's a whole lot bigger. Size doesn't matter, right? I mean, it is big for a pin. Plus, it's got this sweet logo on the back, and they're numbered. Pretty excited for people to get their hands on the new ones. They're really good. This is pin number 1. Number 1? Sorry, I'm just really excited. It ain't easy living with a compromised immune system, but somebody's gotta do it, I guess. Might as well be me. What would you do if I sang out of tune? 'Cause I'm doing it right now. Would you lend me your ears and try not to cringe, or would you have a cow? Home, home on the... That's not the right song. Hey, does that say Devo? Whoa, wait a minute. Wow. I think I'm allergic to outer space.